You have to stop. If that valve goes through...
Get out of here, Murphy.
No, if that valve goes through, he'll die. I thought
security.
it was an aortic dissection, but I was wrong. The cold feet are from a cohort.
At the exact moment the heart valve catheter was inserted into the patient, the patient's blood pressure suddenly spiked. The lead surgeon had no choice but to pull the catheter out. Sean finally let out a deep sigh of relief.
Starting to stabilize. Dr. Murphy, go on.
Earlier that morning during his rounds, Sean had overheard the patient saying that his feet felt unusually cold. Knowing the patient was about to undergo heart valve surgery, Sean went straight to the director to share his concern. Sean explained that cold feet meant poor blood circulation, which suggested that the heart was not pumping enough blood. If they pushed the valve into the damaged area during the operation, it could tear the aorta and kill the patient instantly. The senior doctor was very skeptical about this theory. That was when the director reminded Sean that this surgeon was one of the top experts in cardiac surgery, with a perfect 100% success rate so far. Even so, Sean insisted on running an imaging scan for the patient to make sure there was no aortic dissection.
This man recently underwent an open heart surgery. He's going to have valve replacement. We don't need to load him up with yet another procedure when there was no mistake.
Studies show that old people are less likely to admit mistakes because they are less aware when they've made one.
Thankfully, the director stepped in to calm things down. He said he would take Sean's advice into account, but the scan results showed no abnormalities.
Once they do the angio, they'll see the evidence.
They did the angio.
No, they couldn't.
They did it. I was there, you were wrong.
Still, Sean was not convinced. He rushed straight into the operating room and demanded that the surgeon stop the operation immediately, but the director ordered security to take him out. Just as the surgeon inserted the valve catheter into the patient's blood pressure suddenly shot up again. Luckily, the surgeon reacted quickly and pulled the catheter out. That single move saved the patient's life.
Dr. Murphy, go on.
Sean explained that the patient did not have an aortic dissection, but his aorta was much narrower than a normal person's, something no one had considered before. That was the real reason for his poor blood flow, which caused his feet to feel cold. At that moment, the lead surgeon put aside his pride and sincerely invited Sean to assist with the surgery. The operation then continued smoothly without further danger, but just as they were about to finish, the surgeon ordered the team to close up the incision. Only after his assistant reminded him did he remember to apply antibiotics to every area before closing. A small but crucial step to prevent infection. That tiny detail sparked a shocking decision in the surgeon's mind.
I'm quitting surgery.
I don't understand. When did you decide?
15 minutes ago. I nearly closed up without doing a final antibiotic lavage.
It was a tiny error. There was no contamination of the field. Many surgeons don't even do a final lavage.
I always told myself once I started making tiny errors, I'd stop before I made a big one.
Paul, we almost lost a patient today. You were still rattled.
Thank you, Marcus. But I made this plan years ago because I knew that when the time came, I'd look for reasons why whatever I did wrong was tiny, minor, didn't count. That's when I made the rule. Everything counts. Dr. Murphy, it was nice sewing with you.